Architecture surrounds us everywhere we go, Architecture surrounds us everywhere we go, whether we're at school, at work, or even at home. However, most people don't know the design process that architects take when designing a building. I am currently a student studying architecture, and I've studied architecture for 3 years. I also interned at an architectural firm, and today I'm going to walk you through the 3 steps that we take when designing. The first step being the site analysis. The second step is the preliminary design, and the third step is the final presentation. Now, during our site analysis, we conduct not only a study of the weather, topography, history, but we also study the people. This is to help us as designers grasp a better understanding of the area in which we're designing, especially the people. For example, in my first semester project, my classmates and I were assigned graduate housing to build on Polish Hill here in PA. Not only did my classmates and I go to the site, study the history, the weather, the topography, but we also made a point to speak to the locals. And when I say speak to the locals, I mean actually go to them and talk to them about their history of their community and what they like about their community and what they don't like about their community, and see if there are any issues that we can find that we can address through architectural design. This way, we can better meet the needs and wants of the locals through our building design. The second step is the preliminary design. Now, in the preliminary design, we're supposed to take what we learned from the site analysis and use that to influence our design. Here, we'll go back and forth with the community, and we'll devise different strategies on how we can address different issues that we see in the community. Here, we do this by creating sketches, diagrams that will explain how these problems will be addressed. By addressing the problems and concerns of locals, this results in less of a backlash from the community when it's proposed by the city. Lastly is the final presentation. Now, this part is the selling point. The final presentation is where every aspect of design is finalized and it's put into a visual presentation for the client. Now, the visual presentation includes a hyper-realistic image of the building and a physical model. And to describe the physical model, it's like a mini dollhouse. And this is to provide an accurate idea of scale in comparison to the neighboring buildings, but also show the client how the light will react within the building design. For example, in my final project for my freshman year, I produced, using Photoshop, a hyper-realistic image of my final building, and this was the outcome. Here you see a realistic image of the building. This includes plans, the site, and an accurate representation of how light will reflect in the space. Below it, I provided diagrams for the client and other pictures to break down the design of my building. Producing a clear understanding of what the building will look like for the client is key in the final presentation, because this is the selling point. And without a clear representation of the building, it would be hard for the client to understand. And those are the 3 main points: a site analysis, a preliminary design, and a final presentation. Each step is key in producing a memorable structure for the community. Architecture is more than just building structures. It's creating a space where people can call their very own home.